Hey, what's going on guys, John here and welcome back to the channel. Now in this video here, we're talking solely on Starlinks and Tesla vehicles. Finally, this whole mesh is going to be happening. Now, a lot of you guys have probably been wondering, where does your car get internet connection from? Where does that LTE icon at the top come from? And how do you guys stream while you're moving about? Well, the answer to that is you're connected to a cellular network. Now down in the States, you're using AT&T as they partnered up with Tesla, and up here in Canada, you're probably using Rogers or Telus. So that's where your LTE is coming from, but the downside is there are a lot of dead zones, and this is where Tesla doesn't do too well. I'm sure you guys have noticed where you've done trips into the forest or up the mountains, you'll see that you have no signal, and that means your maps no longer load. Now I don't know how that plays into the fact that the car can navigate or not. It seems to be doing okay when you're on autopilot regardless of map data, but a lot of the times when you do need to navigate to a supercharger or to a destination, you cannot load it on the map because there is no signal for it to load. Now if you guys aren't living under a rock, you probably have heard that T-Mobile and Starlink's partnering up recently, so there is no dead zones worldwide. Well, T-Mobile is in the States, so that means there's not going to be any dead zones in the States as of right now, but up in Canada and everywhere around the world, that's going to happen eventually when Tesla partners up with the carriers. Now with all the satellites flying around, it is pretty much guaranteed that Starlink is going to make a no dead zone pretty much everywhere on the globe, meaning you can be in the middle of the ocean, and as long as you have a clear line of sight, you will be connected to the internet. And it is no difference for your Tesla. Tesla is going to be connected with Starlinks eventually, and that just means that Tesla is not going to be relying on cellular networks anymore. They're going to be relying on their own satellites for most of the data usage. And in the instance that you are in a city and you are trying to stream a video or something very intense, it is going to connect to their partnered cellular network, and that's where just the two mesh together is going to make the perfect combination. Alright, so the confirmation has just happened on Twitter. Dave Lee asked that the V2 version of Starlinks, where the mobile connection is going to happen, is it going to be compatible with Tesla vehicles, and Elon said yes. Now the only thing we don't know for sure is if older cars are going to be retrofitted with new data receivers or antennas to accept Starlink connection or not, or everything is just going to work exactly as it does right now because there is already a SIM card inside of each car. Now if you guys are worried somewhat that T-Mobile and Starlink has teamed up, but your car is currently connected to AT&T network, there's a very high probability that AT&T is going to be accepted as their partner as well in the future, so you guys don't really have to worry about that. This is all about just combining every single network together and making it available to everyone out there. Now the only downside to this really is that the network is only capable of pushing 2 to 4 megabits per second. That is definitely enough for video streaming and YouTube and sending messages and pictures, but there are high demand applications out there like maybe Netflix streaming in 4K, which is not going to be compatible, so you're not going to be able to stream without any buffering inside of the forest while connected to Starlinks. But still, all in all, I think this is a giant benefit for everyone. 2 to 4 megabits is more than enough for the average user, and I think this should be available to the rest of the world probably by the end of next year. It's just purely partnering up with every cellular network and getting regulations done with the government. Now the only one gripe to that is regulations, and I know up here in Canada there is CRTC. They mandate pretty much everything that has to do with cellular networks and whatnot, and it seems like they are very strict on keeping competition very low. So there's only the big three right now that have access to all the networks, and it's going to be very difficult for Starlinks to just join in and take over all of that, because Starlinks is going to take a lot of business and revenue away from Canada and give it to the US, because Starlinks is a US company, and if there is Starlinks up in Canada, there is no other reason why we should be using any other networks. So there you guys have it, just an update here on what's going on with Starlinks and your Tesla vehicles. If you guys are excited about this and you guys are questioning just as I am about the older vehicles, please tweet out to Elon Musk and let me know in the comments below what he says, and I'll be keeping an eye on that as well. I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything new about this. But anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. This should be it. Once again, peace out.